Dobardan, Divine Pisces, 222. It is Monday, March 30th, 2020. We'll do a quick energy check-in for Twin Flames today. I am on my lunch break, so I'm going to try to make this quick. I only get 30 minutes. So, let's see here. All right, so Have Faith is back. Surprise, surprise. And honestly, right now, this doesn't surprise me. There are a lot of tests right now, guys. A lot of tests of faith, okay, going on right now. Let's be honest, okay? So just keep yourself grounded, but also keep yourself connected to Source. Keep yourself connected to your spirit team, okay? And to your higher self, because that's where the guidance is coming from, okay? That's where your main source of guidance is going to come from. And I know it's really hard sometimes to just release that sort of thing and trust the universe and have faith. You know, having faith is a very difficult thing because you basically are releasing control, right? So releasing control. And I do feel there's been a lot of temptation to control things right now. You know, especially with everything that's going on, you know, there's so much uncertainty out there. And I think that's why it's so important right now to have faith, because of the uncertainty. And that's just it. When you're in uncertainty, you cannot have control. So it's almost like it's being taken away from you on purpose, so that you will be forced to have faith, okay? And to follow the guidance that's being set forth for you. Okay? So just keep that in mind. You are being guided, guys. You really need to make sure you're paying attention to the signs, to the synchronicities, you know, everything that's coming through. I mean, my dreams they kind of tapered off there for a while, but they have returned, okay? So, and they've returned with a vengeance. So I've been getting nightly messages, you know, so pay attention to your dreams, pay attention to the messages that are coming through. I definitely feel a lot of issues right now definitely have to do with inner child. And I feel specifically with what's happening with this COVID stuff and everything that's happening, there are a lot of inner child things that are coming up right now, mainly having to do with, you know, fear, you know, abandonment, like feeling like, you know, you're lost, right? Like everything's being taken away, right? And so I feel like that's the main thing that's coming up right now that needs to be purged. It needs to be dealt with, and it needs to be addressed seriously, okay? Now, some of you, this could actually have to do with some past life stuff as well, okay? So keep that in mind. But I definitely feel an upsurge of creativity coming in because of all this, guys. With the release of control, with the release of, or basically with the uncertainty, it's almost like it's pushing you not only to have faith, but to pay attention to your mission, right? And so I do feel like a lot of creative energy coming in. And I know I put this yesterday on the mini that I put on Instagram and on my community tab, you know, especially Divine Feminine, I do feel is being pushed to be more creative, a lot of creative energy coming in for that. So you may be feeling that sexual energy coming back, okay? Some of it has tapered off. It's kind of been going back and forth, back and forth. It's like you feel it for a while and then it goes. You feel it for a while, then it goes, right? But I definitely feel like sexual energy is coming back again. And it's there for a reason. Okay, so use it. Use it. All right, let's take a look at Divine Masculine. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, okay, so High Priestess and Two of Cups. Boom, there you go. So Divine Masculine, pay attention. Pay attention to the messages that you're getting right now, Divine Masculine, because your spirit team is communicating with you. Source is communicating with you. Divine Feminine is communicating with you constantly, okay? Pay attention to that. Also need to focus on your intuition, okay? Because a lot of Divine Masculines have been pushing away their intuition. And I do feel a lot of Divine Masculines are kind of moving into this space. They're being forced to have faith, okay? Again, they're being forced to have faith. So maybe some of them have lost their jobs, or they've been furloughed, or whatever. So they're being forced to have faith in that, okay? And a lot of them may be actually turning to the connection, okay? So, you know, maybe, you know, Divine Feminine, if you've stepped away, maybe some of the energies kind of shifted, or maybe the dreams stopped for a while. The dreams are coming back. The dreams are coming back because Divine Masculine, again, is reaching out for help. Reaching out for help to Divine Feminine. Hey, remember me? Remember me? Yeah. So about that, I need your help again, right? Um, so that being said, I mean, I definitely feel that some divine masculines may be spying still, but some divine masculines really are just dealing with their truth right now. Dealing with their truth, dealing with their codependency issues, and a lot of them, again, are being forced to release those because there's nothing you can do. Everything is out of control now, right? And so some of them are feeling really scared by this, like, because they don't know what to do. They have lost control. And they're not really quite sure how to fix it. But again, it's like they're being forced to have faith that the situation is going to be fine, right? They're being forced to release the toxicity that's around them. Some of them are really recognizing it now, especially some that maybe they're stuck at home now, or they've been, and that way before, whether they were able to work and they were in a family situation that was toxic and going to work was their escape. But now, if they're furloughed or they're work from home, they can't leave work. They can't leave home for work. There is no safe space. There's nowhere to escape. They're being forced to face this and this and this. Do you see? So now it's like, oh, crap. Now I have to refocus my attention, and I'm being forced to pay attention to the signs, okay? And trust me, they're getting signs, guys. They're getting signs, okay? Yeah, they're being forced to make a decision, I'm telling you. They're being forced to relinquish a codependent cycle here. Okay, so again, it could be, if they've lost their job or whatever, that was the tower moment. That was the catalyst to force them to release the codependent situation, the codependent cycle. It just keeps going round and round and round. Because they were never making a decision. They were just sitting there going, on the one hand, on the other hand, whatever. Right? And so it's like now, some of them are having issues manifesting, or they were having issues manifesting, but now it's like they're being pushed into transition so that they can manifest, right? So they can release this. Okay? So it's happening, guys, and this virus, whatever you want to call it, I've been saying this for a while. This is a huge catalyst to change. I've seen it in my personal life, okay? And so that also could translate to the connections as well, guys. Massive, massive awakenings happening right now. All right, let's take a look at Divine Feminine. Yeah, okay, well, that's interesting. So you have the Queen of Swords in reverse and then the Page of Swords. So Divine Feminine, I do feel, is finally relinquishing control over basically holding in her truth. I feel a lot of Divine Feminines have been back and forth with speaking their truth, whether it to be to people around them or to maybe even Divine Masculine, okay? But they're just like, you know what? No, I'm going to do that. I'm tired of the manipulation. I don't want to do that anymore. I'm going to set my boundaries, right? I'm going to set my boundaries. I'm going to speak my truth. I'm going to live my truth. And some of you maybe have sent a message to somebody, whether that be your Divine Masculine or somebody else, explaining your journey. Maybe you've been very communicative about that. Maybe you found somebody else who understands what you're talking about, so you feel like you can actually communicate with this person about what's going on. You're speaking to them about your journey, okay? But a lot of you are also being forced to recognize a toxic situation that needs to be released, okay? Again, a lot of us not able to go to work, so there is no escape from whatever toxic situation that you're in. So, you're being forced to reckon with it. You're being forced to acknowledge it and to cut it away, okay? And just realizing just how toxic, just how messed up the third party situation is. So again, some of you, again, are being pushed to release a toxic situation right now. And the situation that you're in now is forcing you to recognize that. Does that make sense? Okay? Because Divine Feminine's been kind of, I don't know what, I mean, I know what I need to do. But the situation I'm in makes me feel powerless, right? Bring your power back. Divine Feminine. Oops. Set your boundaries. Take up your wand. Bring your power back. Bring your power back. Release the codependency. You don't need it. Whatever's falling away from your life, it's falling away for a reason. Because it no longer serves you. It's not for your highest good. It no longer resonates with you. Right? So, you know, some of you might be feeling burdened because of that. Some of you are feeling abandoned. Some of you are feeling afraid. Burdened. Release it. Release control, Divine Feminine. Okay? Some Divine Feminines, you may actually be in your masculine energy right now. Okay? So keep that in mind. Alright, let's do connecting energies. Yeah. So we're back to, you know, gotta release the games, guys. Don't play games with the connection. Don't play games with your spiritual journey. Just don't. You can play games if you want, but it's just gonna stall the process. Okay? It's gonna lead to frustration. Right? It's gonna lead to frustration, whether that be sexual frustration, whether that be frustration in your mission, just basically stalling your new beginning if you play games. Okay? So I do feel a lot of connections kind of in stasis, right? Just kind of stagnant, like feeling like they're not going anywhere. But that's because there's karmic cycles that need to be wrapped up, guys. Always karmic cycles that need to be wrapped up, right? And it's time to recognize, to basically stop doing the right thing for the wrong reasons. I don't know how many times I need to say this. Stop doing the right thing for the wrong reasons, guys. Okay? Some of you are doing that. Some of you are literally enabling a third-party situation that's incredibly toxic, that's not fulfilling whatsoever, just because you're afraid to leave this. Okay? You're afraid of what's on the other side. Right? You're afraid of what's on the other side, okay? So basically stop playing games. All right? Sitting in indecision, not sure what to do. Feeling disappointed because you're not moving, but you control your move. You control it. It's your move, right? Your move. Make a decision. Right? Because there is resolution coming, but you have to make a decision. You can't just sit there in stasis. You can't just sit there and think about it. Manifestation and thinking about it are two different things. Okay? They're not the same, so don't equate them. All right, let's get some messages from the counterparts. Yeah. Still. But recognizing it. Recognizing it. And that's the point right here. This is the point. You're being forced to have faith. To trust your intuition, guys. Okay? That's the bottom line. Alright, let's get some messages and advice from Source. And I know in this time, oh yeah, Virginia just basically passed the stay-at-home order. I'm just like, the fact that the government can tell you not to leave your home is absolutely terrifying. Let's just say that. Welcome to the police state. I don't care what the reason is. The government should never, ever, 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 ever tell you you cannot leave your home. And that's okay. If YouTube wants to strike my channel, I don't really care. So I guess I'm not going anywhere until, you know, they said June 10th. So I can't go anywhere. So I was hoping to go to Chicago, and that may not happen. All right. And it's a good time to utilize the forum, guys. If you can't leave your home, you know, get a time to utilize the forum, because, yeah, we're still a community. All right, so adjustments required, guys. That's what I'm saying. Like, things need to change. Things cannot stay the same, okay? And I've been saying this for a while. This whole thing that's going on here worldwide, okay, is a catalyst to change. People were not making the adjustments they needed to make, so therefore, giant world tower. There you go. Okay? But yeah, the energy is definitely gaining momentum. The changes are happening. The energy is changing. The energy within the connections are changing, but just the energy in the world right now is changing. So again, it's really, really important for us that are light workers to keep our vibrations high because of this. Okay, because there is something feeding on this fear, guys. Entity, dark entities, dark forces, whatever you want to call it. There's something feeding on this fear. Okay? And it's got a nice big snack. All right? But yeah, it's time. Those of you who have not stepped in mission, you need to do it. I've said this over and over and over again. Step into mission. If you don't know what it is, meditate, 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 and make sure you're open to the answers. Okay? Don't put yourself in a box about what your mission needs to be. It does not need to be twin flame related. Okay? Keep that in mind. But yeah, I mean, no matter what happens, everything's going to be fine. Everything is going to be fine. Okay? Everything is fine. You just need to have faith. Again, have faith. You're being forced to have faith. This has been drilled in this entire reading. You're being forced to have faith right now. Okay? Release it. Trust it. Everything's going to be fine. Yay! Alright, guys. Thanks so much for joining me. If this has resonated, please like, share, subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.